长官、贵宾以及技术伙伴们，大家早安！欢迎莅临今年度由数位发展部数位产业署所主办的国际趋势技术讲座。今天的主题是 GitHub Speaks at InnoVEX， 善用 AI 解锁开发者生产力，软体开发的未来展望。这次活动将透过与国际大厂合作，带来全球 AI 发展的第一手趋势，希望为台湾开发者建立交流平台，同时培育 AI 开发的人才。今天特别邀请到了全球知名平台的领导者 GitHub 团队和他们的客户伙伴，深入分享 AI 工具如何重塑开发流程。Distinguished guests, officials, and tech partners, good morning and welcome to MODA's International Trend Tech Seminar, GitHub Speaks at InnoVEX, Unlocking Developer Productivity. I'm your host for today. My name is Anita. Today's session aims to bring first-hand insights into global AI trends by collaborating with leading international companies. We are honored to welcome the team from GitHub, the world's leading platform, along with their customer partners to share in-depth insights on how AI tools are reshaping the software development process. To begin with, let's watch a pre-recorded greeting from Ms. Sharon, the Vice President of GitHub Asia Pacific. 首先，让我们一起收看一小段来自 GitHub 亚太区副总裁 Ms. Sharon 的预录致辞影片。
Hello, InnoVEX. It's a privilege to be joining you virtually today on behalf of GitHub as we open this very important session. GitHub is the world's leading AI-powered developer platform, and we're proud to be the home of all developers. Today, there are over 1.3 million developers building on GitHub in Taiwan. That is absolutely incredible. And it's this community that's helping power Taiwan's digital revolution. That's why we're so proud and excited to be part of InnoVEX this year, and why we deeply value our collaboration with the Ministry of Digital Affairs. The Ministry is committed to advancing Taiwan's digital future and supporting its vibrant developer ecosystem, a mission we wholeheartedly share. Taiwan is the global hub of technology and innovation, home to world-leading companies, a fast-growing startup scene, and a highly skilled community of developers driving advancements in AI, open source, digital infrastructure, and more. The Ministry of Digital Affairs has played a key role in the success by focusing on international collaboration, developing digital talent, and supporting real-world innovation, helping accelerate Taiwan's digital transformation and strengthening its global standing. At GitHub, we are proud to support these efforts through our Copilot-powered platform designed to boost productivity, reduce toil, and enable developers to focus on what they do best, which is building software. When developers thrive, so does innovation, digital progress, and economic growth. And that's a win for Taiwan. And now, as we infuse more agentic capabilities into the GitHub platform, Taiwan developers will be empowered with the force multiplier of agentic AI, unlocking unprecedented levels of productivity and innovation. On behalf of GitHub, I'd like to thank the Ministry of Digital Affairs for their vision and their partnership, and we look forward to deepening our collaboration and supporting the continued growth of Taiwan's vibrant technical community. Thank you, and I wish you and everyone a productive and inspiring session at InnoVEX today.
Wow, a big thank you to Ms. Sharon, the Vice President of GitHub Asia Pacific, for taking the time to record such a thoughtful message. It is truly honored that Vice President Napier truly values and supports this event. 非常感谢 GitHub 亚太区副总裁 Ms. Sharon Napier 用心录制的影片，可以看得出副总裁对于本场活动的重视与支持。Next, we are honored to invite the Director General of Administration for Digital Industries of Ministry of Digital Affairs, Mr. 林俊秀 for opening remark. 接下来我们非常荣幸邀请到数位发展部数位产业署署长林俊秀林署长为我们致上开幕致辞，掌声欢迎署长。署长早安，署长好。
Okay. Good morning, Director Karthik and all team members from GitHub, distinguished speakers, esteemed guests and industry leaders. As a software developer and a beneficiary of GitHub, I'm really happy to have a GitHub team here at today's forum. Because we know GitHub is the world's most renowned and iconic developer platform. I'm Jun Jiolin. I'm the Director General of ADI, Administration for Digital Industries, under MODA, Ministry of Digital Affairs. ADI is responsible for the development of software industry in Taiwan. So for this, I would like to thank GitHub team for traveling such a long distance from India and Australia to Taiwan, sharing your experience and bring your insight to Taiwan's developer. Today's forum titled Unlocking Developer Productivity with AI, the future of software development, focuses on the profound changes that AI is bringing to software development that I couldn't imagine 9 years ago when I developed my first application. I think the rapid advancements in generative AI and the automation tools not only redefine software development processes, but also reshape the role of developers. Nowadays, AI has evolved from being just a supportive tool to becoming a key catalyst that boosts productivity and fosters innovation in the software industry. In the wave of technological transformation, talent remains the most critical element. As AI continues to evolve, developers are expected to possess more than just technical skills. They must also develop the ability to collaborate with AI, leveraging emerging tools, and continuously adapt through learning. Cultivating such talent has become a strategic imperative for nations and worldwide, including Taiwan. In response to the rapid advancement of AI, MODA, my ministry, is committed to building a comprehensive AI ecosystem to help enterprises and startups overcome barriers in both technological development and practical issues. Among those initiatives, talent cultivation, which is highly relevant to today's topic, has been a major focus. From high school education to on-the-job training, we are fully committed to supporting the career development of AI professionals. Today, we are happy to have the opportunity to cooperate with GitHub, the world's most iconic developer platforms. I think this partnership is truly meaningful. We hope this event will foster in-depth exchanges between Taiwan's outstanding developers and the global community. Enabling developers not only to understand the global trends, but also to actively shape them to become the driving force behind the future. In closing, I wish this event a great success and hope every participant can gain valuable insight from the discussion. Thank you.
谢谢署长的致辞，我们请署长留步一下下因为接下来来到了大合照的时间。Coming next, we would like to invite distinguished guests on stage for a group photo. Please welcome from GitHub， 欢迎 GitHub 西亚太区现场服务总监 Mr. Karthik Rameshkumar。GitHub 资深企业客户经理 Mr. Paul Andrews。GitHub 资深客户经理 Miss Fiona Lee。Welcome。GitHub 资深行销经理 Miss Beverly Liang。Welcome。GitHub Star 谢振廷先生 Mr. Duran 谢。统一资讯罗永祥经理 Mr. Wesley Low， 以及国泰金控廖浩宇资深商业分析师 Miss Annie Liao。Thank you so much for coming on stage for a group photo together to commemorate this cherishable moment. All right, please look towards the photographers. 3, 2, 1, smile. 好的，那我们再次看向摄影师 Please look towards the second photographer. 3, 2, 1, smile. Thank you to all our distinguished guests for joining us on stage for a group photo. 非常感谢所有贵宾加入我们的合影，请先回座。那么在活动正式开始之前呢，我们马上可以看到荧幕上会有2个 QR code。如果在跟讲者演讲的同时想要互动或者是提问的好朋友，可以帮我们扫描你们左手边的 QR code， 就可以直接在 Slido 上面来做提问哦。同时呢，右边的 QR code 有即时文字翻译的功能，如果有需要的话，也可以扫描使用。提醒大家，即时翻译的功能是透过 AI 来做生成的，提供大家做参考。最正确的内容，请以我们演讲者现场所述内容为准。Before we begin, you can see there are 2 QR codes displayed on the screen right now. If you would like to interact with the speaker or ask them a question after their speeches, please scan the QR code on your left. That will connect us to the Slido where you can post your questions directly. If you would like to use the real-time text translation function, please scan the QR code to your right. However, this QR code is only for reference purposes. For the most accurate information, please refer to the actual content of the presentation. 那么现在让我们正式进入论坛的环节。这次论坛非常荣幸邀请到 GitHub 西亚太区的现场服务总监 Mr. Karthik Rameshkumar 来为我们带来演讲，善用 AI 解锁开发者生产力。Mr. Karthik 将分享 GitHub 在 AI 赋能开发上的工具和实务经验，协助我们更理解未来开发模式的转变以及挑战。Next, let's begin the forum session of today's event. We are truly honored to have the Director of Field Services of APAC West, Mr. Karthik Rameshkumar, joining us today to deliver a keynote speech on the topic, Unlocking Developer Productivity with AI. Mr. Karthik will share the latest AI-powered tools and practical experiences from GitHub. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to Mr. Karthik Rameshkumar.
Thank you so much. Ni hao, Taipei. I am super excited to be here. It's my first time in Taipei. I've never got to say, I think, having seen Computex on YouTube and all the videos from the tech YouTubers that I follow, This has been an amazing event, both InnoVEX and Computex. So a huge round of applause to InnoVEX and Computex for pulling off an amazing event every year. I'm Karthik Rameshkumar, and I have the honor and privilege of serving all of you as GitHub's Director for Field Services for Asia-Pac West, which incidentally, when put together, is the world's largest developer market. Each and every single one of you are what makes this big. For us at GitHub, this is a critical moment in Taipei's juncture. We're looking to accelerate you with innovation, capabilities for your developers to embrace artificial intelligence and drive this new wave of innovation for your enterprises as well as yourselves. And we're happy to partner with the Ministry of Digital Affairs as well as the people of Taiwan and our lovely developer community to take this forward as much as we can. But I want to talk to you first about a really nifty tool that a lot of you might have already used called GitHub Copilot. 4 years ago, this little train of ours started off as an AI pair programmer that used to be beside you, used to be able to code complete on the sides, and a small team of developers across multiple time zones put this magical software together. It was a symbol of promise in an age of AI when ChatGPT had not yet been released. This was a piece of software that became the world's first at-scale deployment of artificial intelligence. And fast forward, we saw developers truly embracing this tool, showcasing over 55% faster productivity from the moment they started using GitHub Copilot. And we saw that they went from solving problems and sort of taking the time to solve those problems to solving bigger problems and taking on challenges at scale. At GitHub, our innovation is banking on one core key principle. We are attempting to take the toil, the repetitive work that you need to do from humans, and we want to offer it back to you for you to be able to use your innate gift of creativity and use that as a developer instead. With Copilot, you can focus on what matters to you as a developer, not writing boilerplate. You're no longer writing code that could have been written 100 times over. You're writing systems and building large-scale implementations. At GitHub, we think that GitHub Copilot is made powerful because of where it lives. Today, it lives in many different places for you. And that's the reason why we've gotten to over 150 million developers globally. Just take a think about that. Over 150 million of you look at GitHub Copilot and GitHub and call it home for us. Over the past 17 years for us at GitHub, we have always kept our home for you. We think about productivity and developer experience at the core of everything we do at GitHub, right? From the first Git push that happened at GitHub, the only thing that's happened is we've found innovative ways of driving challenges that developers have and finding solutions for those that you will be able to offer. And that mission set us upon finding new ways for us to deploy GitHub Copilot. You would have seen a lot of these already in the market, right? We have GitHub Copilot that's already available inside your integrated development environment. There was a code complete engine. We came out much later with it, GitHub Copilot Chat, that offered you the ability to talk in natural language inside the integrated development environment and start writing code. And then, with our most recent release of Copilot Agent Mode within the IDE, we gave you the ability to work with an artificial intelligence large language model that had the capability to reason, not only respond to what you wanted to do. So we took the ability for a developer in Taiwan struggling to work with barely any knowledge of English, and they could still learn, understand, and push the needle and become a really strong developer in the community. And that is why we don't feel that our goal of 1 billion developers is no longer audacious. We believe strongly in citizen developers. We believe strongly that every single person here and every single human being with intent should be able to write code. Code is merely a way to communicate with a machine. And if we can bridge that for you and bring the joy of coding to the world, I think that's a purpose well solved for us at GitHub. Today, it's no longer an autocomplete tool. It is now becoming a way for communities to connect to each other. And Taiwan has shown that to us, with over 1.6 million Git pushes coming from Taiwan. Give yourselves a huge round of applause. Look at that. The road to 1 billion developers is very important, and you in this audience and developers of Taiwan are an incredible contributor to this force. 1.3 million developers in Taiwan and growing rapidly, almost doubling every 2 years. This is a huge statistic for the scale and impact that a country that is this strong has on the community. We are committed to making sure that we invest in you. The world's largest sport, obviously, open source, an amazing team sport. I love the way we all come together. And from semiconductor innovation to leading in the way of AI and digital economy, we are here at GitHub to partner with you in all of this. The way we will do this, though, is with incredible tools that we will offer you. Today, at GitHub, we offer the ability for every single developer on the planet to have access to GitHub Copilot for free. We feel that the ability for a developer to contribute should no longer be paywalled. And with GitHub sponsors, we're taking developers that are actually putting out influential code in the ecosystem and giving those open source projects the spotlight so that large enterprises and individuals that want to support open source can sponsor your work and push the needle forward for you. We also have our strong program for GitHub Education, which is empowering the next generation of developers. The intent is to partner with schools and universities across the world and offer students the ability to embrace software development as a potential career choice or a hobby, even if that is the case. The idea is to expose students at a young age to the power that computing brings them and to give them the joy of software development much early on. And what we've seen has been earth-shattering. We see over 7 million students are part of GitHub Education across the globe, over 214,000 teachers, and over 2,400 schools, including many of those in Taiwan, are already part of the GitHub Education program. So we are investing in you. We are investing in your growth and development as a developer. We are investing in your progress in innovation. This is, again, a way we will set our sights to 1 billion developers. We also look at accelerating you with our student education pack. Over 50 tools, enough to start your own startup even when you're in college, from cloud hosting services to ability to look at services that give you DNS and onwards. We offer all of this in our GitHub Student Education Pack. And when you've built your POC and when your startup is ready to go, we offer you the GitHub Startup Program, which offers GitHub Enterprise, as well as niche communication and a linkage to our startup and VC communities, where you can then interact with them and build networking and look out for investments. So these are programs that we're still building to help you scale and keep on moving forward. And like the Director General said, for us, it's about building and fostering a strong community within here. We are starting out with our program for Get Together meetups across the world. On the screen are some of our photographs from some of our newest initiatives. The most recent one happened in Tokyo. And we will be bringing some of these GitHub meetups over to your shows in Taipei soon. And we look forward to meeting all of you in one of our GitHub meetups, where we talk about the joy of exploring and building together and talk about something cool. For us, our community is our biggest strength. And I take immense pleasure in the fact that later today, right after I'm done, you will hear from Duran, who is a 2-time Microsoft MVP, as well as a GitHub star from your own Taipei. Duran, please say hi. It's developers like Duran that push the needle forward as a community leader for people like us. And I hope that you take inspiration from individuals like Duran and inspire your own communities to push together collectively. We're really excited to hear from you today, Duran. At GitHub, enterprise focus means synergy. We're looking at trying to understand how we can bring the best of everything we have to offer for our customers across the world. And this synergy starts off with our strongest partnership with Microsoft, our parent company. your ability to procure off of Azure and the ability to closely integrate with Microsoft services is at the core of GitHub's offering. And with our robust partner ecosystem that keeps growing and fledgling, we're giving you more opportunities to be able to truly implement solutions at enterprise scale that give you the ability to leverage the tools that you want at the capabilities that you need. And over 70% of the top 100 companies in Taiwan already adopt Microsoft artificial intelligence services, right? This is not just a financial commitment, it is a key strategic move positioning Taiwan as a strategic player in the global AI landscape. Later today, you will also hear from some of our largest enterprise customers in the region. You'll hear from Cathay and PIC. They're here in the audience as well. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with both of us, Annie, Wesley. We'll hear about how they've implemented GitHub Copilot in their large enterprises, the way they've pushed the needle forward for them. So this proves today that enterprises here in Taiwan aren't just adopting artificial intelligence, you are leading this wave of AI transformation, right? The adoption that you've driven is giving clarity for what humans, when put together with artificial intelligence, can truly achieve in this new world. And this time, like we had the semiconductor wave, this is your moment to truly lead again in this new wave of agentic AI. In 2021, when GitHub Copilot was launched, the idea was to offer you a pair programmer that could help you write better code. This was basically ghost text that lived inside your IDE, iterated with you when you wrote commands and comments, and gave you the ability to then write suggestions for what worked and what didn't work for you. But what we've realized is that this has to change a lot. And we've carried this core vision of helping and enabling our developers ever since then. And it is now completely morphed into a new experience where today, Copilot is way more than code completion. The intent is to take it from a pair programmer to a peer programmer. That's a very core difference, right? Today, to think about it, to explain it further, artificial intelligence is synchronous, right? When you talk to ChatGPT, you ask of it a question and it gives you a response. It happens almost in real time. You ask and it answers. But in the next future, it will operate as an asynchronous human team, with developers still being able to understand and iterate on stuff that's recommended by AI. That's the current and that's the next. That's the key change that we predict. When we look at what we have to offer, your developers with agentic AI, we want to offer you the ability of cost savings, removing the friction for your developers to have to put in repetitive amount of time and effort, and give your engineering teams a competitive edge so that you can drive the needle forward for what you're trying to achieve as a community. These are some of those numbers that we are seeing when we've given out studies to industrial groups and academia for what's happened. We see AI reducing code review errors by over 33%. And this is a study by Harvard Business Review. And in our own internal study of when agentic mode was used within GitHub, we saw that issue resolution accelerates by over 50% when we started using agentic AI. It really is a true promise, because for Taiwan to reach the $1 trillion economy by 2030, which it is well on its way, this is the way to do it, and no other country is better positioned than Taiwan in this wave of AI to embrace technologies like this to take it forward, to really accelerate your economy. I'll break it into a couple of stories, right? The first story I'll tell you today is how natural language is becoming the new universal programming language. In the past, for you to be able to write software, you needed to know a language that you had to learn. It was a way to merely communicate with the device, but now this is no longer the barrier to entry. And I'll show you a little bit of how. So we're going to walk through the day in the life of a developer today. So say hi to Mona. Mona is GitHub's mascot. She is a truly loved icon of our developer community worldwide. I know a lot of you recognize Mona from our stickers. And she is completely empowered by her organization to embrace this wave of AI. She's got access to all of the agentic tools that she needs to be truly trusted. So today, we'll take Mona and make her our enterprise developer for the day. All right? So let's go into a case play, and it's 9 a.m. today on a Monday, and just like me or all of you, it's Monday. Nobody likes to wake up at 9 a.m. on a Monday, neither does Mona. And like any true enterprise developer, she knows that there's a launch, there's an impending tech debt and backlog already in front of her, and she knows that the product team wanted a bunch of the features that she needed to deliver, but they wanted those features yesterday. And she knows that she's going to have to not think about writing boilerplate because she now has the ability to use agentic. And now we'll show you a little bit of how Copilot in agent mode works. So we'll start off with this interface. So we know Mona has been given this task. So this is the home, and you all know about GitHub. Everyone here has probably used GitHub. This is her issue page. This is a description of Mona has been setting out to achieve. So she's asking to build a page for displaying product details for Contoso Gears. It's an e-commerce app. And she's building a normal feature. This is something that any developer normally does in a day job. So she opens up her IDE next, right? And in the IDE, she fires up Copilot agent mode in Visual Studio Code. She chooses Claude 3.5 and asks it for help to write some of the stuff that she wants. So in natural language, she explains the product spec of what she requires to be delivered from Copilot when this product is to be shipped. What you see next is that Copilot agent mode immediately sets into work. It is pulling all of the context immediately from the code base, generating all of the responses and results that are required from in there. It is iterating across multiple results that are happening inside, and is automatically going to multiple files and automatically suggesting edits for each and every single one of those files as well. The way this is happening is the context is buffered and indexed for you to be able to reference, and then a suggestion is completely offered to you. You can look at all of the reference results that are offered and choose to accept or deny for the edits that you want to do, and with one click, you can choose to do that. And up next is how you can still be at the driver's seat even when AI is giving suggestions. So Mona here continues to make edits because no code given by AI is perfect. It's what she says. She continues to ask Copilot more suggestions. She keeps editing. And then she pushes a commit, which is also written by GitHub Copilot, and done, that her workflow is now done. We start realizing that now with the code written, we have to write a pull request now. Artificial intelligence can now help write that pull request for you. You no longer have to write that pull request in the first place. So this entire pull request that you see on the screen was written by AI again for Mona. So she didn't have to do that either, right? That is the power of Copilot agent mode. Think about it. A true reasoning model that has the ability to and capability to operate independently. But in this example, we've seen it in the surface of an IDE. We see that it has the ability to detect intent. We see that it had the ability to understand things that went wrong and self-heal itself. And we also see that it had the ability to automatically resolve any runtime errors that came up when it was trying to write the code. It's a very smart way of implementing it. So AI is not only accelerating development, it's transforming the way we secure it too, but let's look at that in action. So the second story that I'll talk to you about today is how AI will auto-fix security. We'll go back to Mona now. It's 9:30 a.m. She's already gotten one feature down. She wrote the pull request. You all saw that, right? Now, with GitHub, we have this amazing product that we offer called GitHub Advanced Security, which is one of the world's leading code security engines that does code scanning and secret protection for you. And since she pushed on the feature, as she's just about to move on to her next feature, she realizes that she's actually gotten a security alert. Da-da-da, right? All the developers in the room can completely correlate to this. Your heart sinks a bit. You step down a little and you think, oh my God, what have I done with my code base? But GitHub has your hand in this too. The view that you see here is what GitHub Advanced Security always used to offer. A clear view of an exploitable vulnerability was offered to you, and you had the ability to then take action on it by giving you knowledge on how to fix errors of this. This is not artificial intelligence. This is basic intelligence that CodeQL already had. But we added artificial intelligence on top of it with GitHub Copilot AutoFix. So here, AutoFix suggests a remediation for the vulnerability as well, and gives it to you in the format of the pull request itself. You can choose to then go ahead and click a single button and commit the suggestion that GitHub Copilot AutoFix has offered you, and bada bing, bada boom, the security vulnerability that you offered is now already fixed. Think about that. From vulnerability to fix, it did not take days, it did not take hours, it took seconds. That is the power of an agentic security agent for all of us, right? In this, you see CodeQL checks running. We see all of the checks are done, and Mona, the developer, is now completely happy, and she's now going to do a happy dance because now the security errors no longer exist, and she's fine. Our intent is to shift security left, but before that, our intent is to make security developer first. With shifting security left, one of the things that's happened to us is more and more has landed on the nimble shoulders of our developers. But at GitHub, we want to automatically scan, detect, and even fix vulnerabilities even before they reach production. And Copilot is already fixing vulnerabilities in code up to 3 times faster. And these are numbers that we're reporting from academic studies internally as well. At GitHub, when we say found means fixed, we mean it. No longer are vulnerabilities something we alert you about and you will find time to fix it. Vulnerabilities, when alerted, already have fixes that you can choose to implement with button clicks. No longer does your developer need to know how to fix something. They can learn on the go as GitHub Copilot teaches them and move forward. We realize, though, that in the past, our ability to offer this to the market had been a little bit difficult. We realize enterprises need flexibility. So I'm excited to announce that GitHub Advanced Security is now completely unbundled for enterprises to consume today. We offer 2 different SKUs of advanced secret protection as well as advanced code security, which are 2 separate SKUs that you offer. Secret protection protects you from secrets. It's your first line of defense. It has a critical feature called push protection. And code security is our code QL engine that comes with autofix embedded. And the best part of all of this is any project that is open source gets all of this for free. That requires a huge round of applause. Please, yes. So when you're writing open source code, please entrust it safely so that when others consume your code, vulnerabilities do not creep in. At GitHub, we also think strongly about trust. For us, when we look at countries like Taiwan with ecosystems that are going through transitions in governance, we feel like we need to empower you to be able to understand and trust us at GitHub. So we built a brand new trust center, again powered by artificial intelligence, that gives you the ability to ask questions of it so that you can understand our position on compliance and governance and how our platform fulfills enterprise needs. Let's go back a little bit and shift gears for us. Now we'll say developers can build securely, and they can build without breaking their momentum. They have the ability to now write code that is safe and that's secure. And now we go back to Mona, our lovely developer in charge. She's realized that she's pushed a feature, but one of the things that needs to happen in every developer's life cycle is that when you push a feature, she forgot to ask for a review, right? Haven't you all faced it? You got to ask for a review from someone when you have pushed a feature, right? Could it be better? That's the big question. I've written some code, and now I ask for a review. So in the past, she would have asked her manager, Yogita Kat in this case, for a review, but she decides that now that her code is ready, she's going to basically now ask you for a review with the GitHub Copilot. So there she goes and starts clicking for a review, and then she says, Mona has requested Copilot for a review now. And you'll see now that GitHub Copilot has already started running the review and started writing comments for the review as well, right? And GitHub Copilot is then recommending a small change in the code where basically it's talking about how the art cut in the function should be written differently because it's hard-coded. She can then choose to implement this change in Visual Studio Code, where she basically, again, pastes in the recommendation that was actually written by GitHub Copilot as a code reviewer. And once that is done, she's got a bunch of edits across her code base, not just the one instance that was offered and highlighted to her. And once she's done with that, she can go ahead and commit that again with the power of AI and not even have to write a commit message, and the commit is already pushed as well. So you realize now that with the ability to ask for a review from an artificial intelligence agent, she can then assign the issue back to Yogita, her manager, and then continue doing whatever work she wants to do. So here you can see that an artificial intelligence agent can actually become a trusted friend for you as a developer to ask for questions before you entrust them to the people that need to review your code. So it builds a cycle of trust for your developers, even if they don't have someone to reach out to. It offers them a trusted friend and a confidant that can answer a question for you. in this use case, we've done the merge request, so the feature is finally built and done. So she will go ahead and merge that pull request, and the pull request is merged and closed, all with the review of artificial intelligence. Today, we speak about code review, which is now in general availability as of yesterday. You no longer have to wait for feedback from a human developer. All of the feedback for you is now completely automated, and there exists no wait. A revolving door of talent is a huge problem today for us as large enterprises. For many teams, we are stuck with navigating this key challenge, as we heard from the Director General, right? And the best enterprises use artificial intelligence as a strong cherry on the top of the pie for developers to stay with them, offering them an ecosystem of tools that enables them to do their best work and innovate is very important. A LinkedIn study recently showed that companies with strong developer experience see over 28% lower turnout. And Copilot keeps developers engaged on working on meaningful things without working on the boilerplate or the tedious tasks that take them away. So that brings us to the last demo of the day, but our most significant leap yet. And if you've already caught the videos at Microsoft Build, that's what happened a couple of days ago. The third story that I'm going to talk to you about, therefore, is how AI will act as an autonomous assistant. Someone that's independent, someone that works with additional assistants and agents across the scope and tries to then do your job for you while you concentrate on doing meaningful work. So here in this example, we're going back to Mona, our trusted developer. She's already built the feature, she's secured it, she's pushed a clean PR. And because AI has done much of her work, this means she now has the ability to take on a new piece of functional work. So she can take on an additional feature, she goes back into her backlog and takes on a new feature that she wants to build out for her enterprise. In this case, it's adding a functionality of a dark mode for her application, right? It is not a simple feature because you've got to talk to multiple UI layers, you have to talk to UI filters, and figure out a way to then make it work across an entire web app. So today, with agent mode, you can throw the GitHub Copilot coding agent at the task, and basically then ask the coding agent to go about solving this issue for you. It's simply as easy as assigning it to an artificial intelligence developer, and you will see that Mona has assigned Copilot, and you saw the assignment being taken on. So in the next use case, you'll basically see that a work in progress issue has been created too. So here, there's a deeper explanation of the tasks that are involved in this use case, the way the plan is going to be created to go across and execute these functions, and you will see the recommendation of the changes that will be made across a whole skew of files in different use cases and repositories for what changes need to be done. It keeps you updated on the progress of what you're trying to do. And you'll see now that it showcases that GitHub Copilot has done a bunch of work, and these are the files that have been changed to reflect the changes that need to be done to implement dark mode inside the application as well. You can then choose to go ahead and accept the pull request and submit a prompt to make sure the edits are all in play, and you write a prompt there and start a review for it, and you'll start seeing that you can then request the changes from the review as well. And once the review is published, you'll basically start seeing that the code changes now come up in a comment there where she says that it's now trying to make sure that all the colors are being seen. So now Copilot has gotten it. It acknowledges that it got your review, starts working on building out the checks and balances for this, continues with commenting and tells you the changes the specific changes that it's implemented to make sure it happens, how light mode works, how dark mode works, how the combination of the two will work in the complex application. And again, realize here that you as a developer are at the front seat. You have the ability to completely choose what changes go into production, and you have the ability to keep suggesting, recommending changes that you feel are warranted for the code base. So here, she's going to basically accept the changes, and once the accepted changes are done, and you'll see that the merge happens, and then there's no conflict. Again, if you so wish, you can choose for a review with the Copilot review agent as well, and the response is received. When with one happy dance, you've completely built an entire agentic feature from start to scratch without actually touching the IDE. That's the beauty of that, right? someone that can take on an entire feature without spending hours building inside an IDE and writing actual code is an entire feature built end-to-end just with a web experience and you nudging it gently in the right direction you want it to go. That's our vision with Project Padawan, which we now lovingly call GitHub Copilot Coding Agent. It's a fully autonomous software engineering agent that is designed to execute tasks from end to end. It's not just automation. It's not synchronous. It's an asynchronous teammate that works with you on the sidelines, can take on tasks that you want to offer it and offer it. We are working on multiple use cases within us at GitHub, but right now the first launch that we've done is for a software engineering agent that's available. So summarizing my demos for all of you today, right? What we've seen today is 4 core pillars of what GitHub offers you in its AI experience. We offer agent mode, which is the ability for you to generate code within the IDE and recommend changes. We offered Copilot AutoFix, which is a way for you to see how vulnerabilities can be prevented from coming into code and how they can be fixed very early on. We showed you code review, where you are no longer waiting on an AI, you're no longer waiting on a human to recommend changes for you. An AI-powered assistant is already reviewing the code on your behalf. And we offered you the coding agent, which is the accelerated offering where without touching an IDE, you're able to make changes, yet still stay in the driver's seat and then go for it. Today, we're proud that over 77,000 organizations across the world have already embraced GitHub Copilot. It is a huge testament to the value that our platform offers all of you. Coming back to my story of the little train that I started this whole analogy with, right? It started off with a simple idea. If AI can do something for our developers, we wanted to put it out for a play. Can it be more faster? Can it be more intuitive? But today, the idea that started off as a vision is a reality, and it's being used by millions of developers across the world. So going back to the same vision, where today, Copilot is much more than code completion, from being an AI pair programmer to being an AI peer programmer, where the joy of coding, of tinkering, of building something new is now given to anyone that has the ability to write code in natural language. But now taking that forward and putting it on steroids is to give you the ability to build stuff that you truly care about yourselves. You can now go build it today. And when you put your foot to what you want to do, you will contribute to our audacious goal of building to 1 billion developers. And all of this is a journey that we will embark on together. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Karthik Rameshkumar, for the insightful presentation. Coming up next, we have another star. 接下来我们要邀